You are all well. Um, just a quick one. Last time I was on the comments and I couldn't see any. And then after the video had finished, what I had noticed was there were comments there. So I just wanted to say I am not ignoring you, I promise. There seems to be a bit of a strange thing happening with my comments. So I'm going to keep an eye on them. But anyway, welcome everyone. Good morning on this, I don't know how vibrant or cloudy or whatever your Sunday may be. But I am here today to talk about your February challenge of journaling. You've got quite a few bits in there, and I see the one who wins is going to the group that wins, the team that wins is going to get their. Well, actually, I don't know what they're going to get, but whatever it's going to be, I know for a fact it's going to be lovely. Oh, there you go. I can see the comments today. Good morning, Susan. Lovely to have you. Whoever is here, please do give me a shout out. It'd be lovely to see you. Nice to see who's there. I've popped some questions into this. I don't know if you can see them. I hope you can. Morning, Jane. How are you? Um, so if you can see the questions, what I would love is for you to answer those in the comments section. And today I can see the comments, which is bloody brilliant. So lovely to have you guys. It's always nice to know that there are people out there. I feel sorry for the guys that are playing football and they don't have the football crowd there because it's just weird, isn't it? When you haven't got that energy to kind of thrive off of. But anyway, not that I'm saying I'm that much of a fan of football. Good morning, Chiranya. Is that right? I hope I've pronounced your name right. If I haven't, you can tell me off. Chiranya. Good morning, Chiranya, and good morning, Claire. Lovely to have you guys here. Thank you for letting me know that you are here. Now, talking about your February challenge, I'm going to include bits of my own stuff as well, obviously. Just to highlight to you, one, how important mental health is when it comes to anything that you are pursuing, right? Any goal that you have that you are looking at attaining, your mental health is key. Yeah, your emotional well-being is key. If you don't look after that, if you don't keep an eye on that as you're going off to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve, this is not just about weight loss. This is not just about keeping yourself active, fit, cooking right, eating right. This is actually about everything. Because if your emotional and your mental health and well-being are not being looked after, then all of these things are going to be extremely difficult. It's a bit like running a marathon without any shoes on. You're going to get a lot further if you've got some really decent shoes on, and you've made sure that you've put the right socks on. Not that I know what socks one would need to run a marathon. I'm sure if there's someone out there that can tell me, please do. But what's the point in running this marathon if you're not going to run it with some decent pair of shoes, ones that are made for running long distance, the right socks, ones that are made for long distance, and to make sure you've got the right attire on. And that's what your mental health and your emotional health is. In this marathon, they are your trainers that you've got on and they are your socks. And if they're not right, I tell you what, it doesn't matter how much endurance you have, it doesn't matter how much willpower and discipline you have, it'll only get you so far until literally your feet will hurt so much and they'll be sliced up and they'll be bruised and they'll have all sorts of things on them that you're just going to have to end up stopping. So I say it every other week. Your mental health, your emotional well-being is key. And that's what I'm here for, to remind you of that, to get on your nerves by just going harping on about it all of the time. But I promise me, you'll thank me in the end. So in terms of your Feb challenge, I'm here to talk about your journaling, what that entails, yeah, and why it's so important. Look, what does journaling give you? Okay, journaling gives you the most important part of any journey. It gives you the ability to play a part in the most important part of any journey that you're looking to succeed in. Okay, so like I said, this relates to any part of your life, but in this case, we talk about your weight loss, yeah, your body, what you eat, yeah, and the activities that you do. So journaling gives you the ability to be aware. Okay, so you have to understand that your thoughts, okay, which some of us are having 150,000 thoughts a day, okay, your thoughts play a massive part in how you feel, okay, and your feelings are a 60 or 70% contributing factor in how you are going to behave. So if you want to do something with your behavior, then you have to be aware of those feelings and those thoughts. The two together drive your behavior. Now, you only have a 10% influence over how you are going to behave. Why? Because the root cause of those behaviors actually come from what you're thinking and how you're feeling. Which means if you are trying to change your behavior without taking those two into account, you'll only be able to change 10% of your behavior until it just, like an elastic band, it just pop back to where it was. And then you'll pull it again, you'll let go, pop, it goes back to where it is. Yeah. And then you'll feel like there's something wrong with you. You'll feel like, what is it? Is it that I don't have enough discipline? No. Is it that I don't have willpower? No, you do. You have loads of willpower. And you got even shed loads more discipline. It's actually the fact that you're not going to the root. Okay. And again, I'll harp on about this every other week. You get sick of me, you get sick of me. Like I said, you'll thank me one day. But it's actually crucial that you're able to understand it from this place, because if you as a smoker, yeah, and I know I've smoked a lot in the past, I don't anymore, thank God for that. But if you're a smoker and you're coughing your lungs out, which I did get to at year 10 of smoking, heaven forbid, and you're coughing your lungs out, if I try to deal with the cough and the acute laryngitis that I kept getting and the lung infections, chest infections that I kept getting, if I keep trying to just make them better, well, great. I'll take antibiotics. I'll feel better for a couple of months maybe. The weather changes and bang, I'll get it again. I'll have laryngitis. I'll have acute laryngitis. I'll have chesty coughs. I'll have chest infections. And I'll have at least one of those every other month of my life. I can keep giving them what they need, but I tell you what, they'll come back. Why? Because I'm smoking. The smoking is the root cause of my chesty coughs and my laryngitis, which means if I do not address my smoking, I will actually only but carry on suffering from these ailments. The coughing is the symptom. The chest infection is purely a symptom. My laryngitis is a symptom. They are not the root cause. The root cause is my smoking. And this is what I want you to really start to take into account, to absorb and digest about the journeys that all of you ladies are on right now. Yeah, your behavior is a symptom. If you don't like the symptom, if you are not happy with the symptom, if the symptom is not serving you well, so if your behavior is not helpful to you, then you've got to start to understand what thoughts and what feelings play a part. Journaling gives you the ability to really have a look at what those thoughts are. Journaling gives you the ability to reflect. Yeah, there's one part of me that can bring these thoughts into awareness. But reflecting, on the other hand, this is me now looking at what those thoughts actually are. Journaling lets you do that. Why wouldn't I want to do it? Doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I'm just going to click this. Good morning to our additions. Thank you, Chiranya. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Samantha and Indy. So again, awareness and reflection does what? And again, comes from journaling. It gives you a chance to slow down. One of the biggest difficulties we have in society today, I say today, I mean, I talk about part COVID and part not, but one of the difficulties we have in society today is that everything is just constantly going on and on and on. Fine, all right, that's the society we live in. That's just the way things are going. But what you have to then do is take that time, make it a necessity. You make that time to slow everything down. What you get from this is the ability to observe. the ability to be aware. And journaling gives you that. Journaling makes you just stop. It makes you make that space and go, right, what has been happening? How am I feeling? Yeah, what thoughts are contributing to those feelings? Yeah. Morning, Wendy. Morning, Mandy. Mandy, lovely to have you back. Morning, Belinda. My little fans there, my favourites. They're there. Well, I am their favourites. Sarah, Terry, lovely to have you all. Thank you so much for being here. I promise I'll make it your worthwhile on your Sunday morning. So, CBT, and I've talked about CBT before, cognitive behavioral therapy. This is, again, the therapy that gives you the ability to understand, to bring into awareness your thoughts, your feelings, and your behavior. Journaling, like I said, will allow you to address those, to understand them, and to acknowledge them. You can't change a behavior. Well, you can change it 10%, but you can't change a behavior the other 90% if you're not aware of this. Your journaling will give you that. And it will not only give you that, morning Sonia, it will also give you the opportunity to earn 2 points towards your Feb challenge. So now it's like a win-win. Why wouldn't you want to do it? You get 2 points, so you'll be on the winning team, and you're also going to be aware of how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and then how to address that. If you really want to make a change, if you want to make a long-term change, then these things are necessary. Yeah, it's a bit like making sure that your vitamins and your minerals are all there, and that you've got what you need. That's all right, Indy. We'll be here the whole time, so don't worry. It's a recording, so you can have a look. Now, in order for you to learn to journal and to do it, although it feels like a pain in the backside sometimes, it gives you the chance to also not only stop and slow down, but to be present. We are not present enough. In the world that we live in, we're thinking way too much. Thinking is not presence. Presence is when you are here, now, and when you are able to observe and feel everything. When's the last time you did this with your hands and actually let yourself feel it? When's the last time you caressed the back of your hand and morning Sarah, and let yourself feel it? Tell me when. Feel it. What does that feel like? Is it tickly or not? Does it feel nice? Or does it feel annoying? Do you have a scar there or not? Do you have feeling there, or does it feel a little bit numb? Is it cold or is it hot? These things are what we do when we are learning to be more present. And these things are really important. They might sound fluffy. They're really not. Now, journaling gives you another amazing thing, and that is to give those feelings that you're feeling, the ones that you've discovered from your journaling, it gives you the chance to give those feelings, which you've now labeled, to give them what they need. So you're acknowledging your feelings, and you're giving those feelings some of what it is that they really, really want. What is it that feelings? Well, let's label some feelings. There are 4 basic feelings in the world, okay? And Google that gives you 232, the others are not so important. They're great, but they're not so important, like discombobulated. When I'm discombobulated, how am I feeling? Because that's the question. Now, we have 4 main feelings: sad, mad, glad, and scared. Those are your 4 main feelings. When you are trying to bring into your awareness, how am I feeling? I want you to try to keep it as close to one of these 4 as you can. If you really want to dig down deep, actually, there are only 2 feelings in the world: love and fear. Actually, there's only those 2. If you really want to practice your geniusness, then you just want to go down to one of those 2. Is it love-based or is it fear-based? But if you want to give it another name, no problem. Here are some of the ones that you can play with, right? So, sad, mad, glad, and scared. So, I've got a feeling here which is fear. Fear, quite straightforward, related straight to scared. Got another one here, sad. Sad, quite straightforward, related to sad. We've got frustration. Yeah, how many of you have felt frustrated in the last few days? Frustrated comes closest to mad. Why? Because frustration comes from anger. Yeah? Disappointed. I feel disappointed. Why do I feel disappointed? That's a good question. Morning, Michelle. Great to have you. Why do I feel disappointed? I feel disappointed because, I don't know, she forgot my birthday. That is disappointing. Um, Disappointment is close to sad, mad, glad, scared. Sad. Yeah. So again, when I say, oh God, I'm so disappointed, I want you to start to go, I'm disappointed. Yeah, I'm sad. Why? Because when we can get down to the core feeling, the raw feeling, we can start to work with it in healthier ways. If I say I'm disappointed, I'm like, yeah, I'm really disappointed because she should have or he should have done something. If I say I'm sad, I'm now actually allowing myself to acknowledge my sadness without going he, she, them, they. It's actually my sadness. And I want to be able to give my sadness some of what it needs. Yeah? There's no point me trying to go she, he, and they because what am I doing with the feeling? Nothing. I'm trying to give my feeling to someone else actually and to get them to make it better. But there's no point. Everybody is going through their own stuff. They really are. That doesn't make what has or has not happened any better, but what it does do is it gets me to highlight that, all right, I'm feeling a feeling. It would be great if that person could have made it better. Really, it would have been lovely. But let's not make that something that has to happen because now I'm giving my power away. I'm disempowering myself. Why would you do that? Don't. You are powerful, yeah? You are brave and you are strong. So how's about we start to behave in that way? Well, I tell you what, let me empower myself and give my feelings what I need because you know what? I'm a genius. You are a genius and you can give your feelings exactly what they need. So let's start doing it. Yeah? Agitated. If I'm agitated, what is the closest feeling? Sad, mad, glad, scared. Agitated would be under mad. Yeah? Getting a bit frustrated. I'm getting agitated. I'm angry. I'm angry with what? Mad is anger, right? I'm angry with what? And now I can start to address it, understand it. This is not about someone else coming along and making your feelings better to make it go away. That in a perfect world would be great, but we will never be in this perfect world. Not just that, I want to be empowered. I don't want to have to rely on anything or anyone else to make me feel better. I want to be able to have the tools and the resources to be able to do that myself. Why? Because then I'm free. I'm free to go off and be and feel and do the things that I really, really want to do without anything holding me back, especially if it's someone else I'm going to put that on. They can't even, if that person can't even work with their own feelings, how can they just make somebody else's better? We have to understand that, right? So there's no point putting it on somebody else. How's about I deal with my own feelings first? Everybody else can deal with theirs. That's empowering. So, despair. If I feel despair, which feeling does that relate to? Sad, mad, glad, or scared? Anyone? That's right. Scared. Despair is directly related to fear. If I'm in despair, oh my God, what now? What's going to happen? What's that all about? That's fear. Yeah? So understanding that I am in despair, which means I'm actually scared, I can now start asking the right questions. What am I scared of? Yeah, there is some sadness in there. Thank you, Sarah. There is. And thank you, Claire. Yes, this is great. Journaling is so good for overthinkers. My God. Why? Because you'll see how many thousands of thoughts you're having. When I can address that I'm scared, I can start to work with that fear rather than I feel despair. Oh my God, what do I do with that? I don't know. Let me find someone to blame, or let me go and chuck it on somebody, or let me just consume it and let it consume me. No, let me give it what it needs. Interestingly enough, every feeling you have needs just one feeling. It needs one thing back. It just needs love. Okay? And I say just. It's not easy. But it needs love. And what you need to do is start to practice becoming an expert in love. Yeah? Master the art of loving. And I tell you what, you'll be unstoppable. Yeah? So, hopelessness. Which feeling out of our core four, which feeling does hopelessness relate to? Now, Sarah, who put in there sad, thank you very much for the last one, is right. Because did you know that each particular feeling that we have for each person can be different? So if I feel hopeless, yeah, I might feel really, really scared. But Sarah might feel really, really sad. And this is the key, and there's another Sarah, thank you. This is the key to being able to bring these feeling words, these labels, down to something that's core, that's more raw. Because actually, if I say I feel hopeless, I might be really, really scared. But on the other hand, we've got the two Sarahs there who might actually feel really, really sad. You see, there's two different, now which feeling is right and which feeling is wrong? They're both right for each individual because feelings, they're not logical. Whatever I feel, according to my upbringing, is what I will feel. Morning, Louise. Um, so what you're looking at doing is bringing these feelings, hopeless, despair, agitation, uh, said Sarah. Sarah said Sarah. Sarah. Um, okay. So yeah, what we're looking at doing is bringing all of those to the core. Okay. Really, really important that you do that. Journaling will give you the ability to do that. If you can write that down now, sad, mad, glad, and scared, if you can jot those four down, then what you'll start to be able to do is you'll start to be able to get down to the core and the raw feelings. There are no right and wrong feelings. Don't ever let anyone tell you there are, because they're wrong. You know, feelings are specific to us. And they are specific to us because we have had a specific upbringing. And my upbringing is so unique to me that I will feel a particular way according to that, not according to what apparently is the right feeling to have, because that's just stupid. You know, there isn't a right feeling to have. There's my feeling, and my feeling needs to be acknowledged, not compared, not justified, not told it's okay. Actually, I need to give my feeling what it needs, which is acknowledgement. Yeah, this is key. Journaling gives you the ability to do that. See, you can see, I can give you a million reasons why journaling is so important. Now, part of journaling and part of your Feb challenge is gratitude. Okay, now we've heard a lot about mindfulness, about gratitude, about positive affirmations. We've heard a lot about them over the last decade, 15 odd years. Okay, they're about everywhere. But what we don't really do is sit down and understand why these points are so important. We just think, yeah, I should be doing, journaling, I should be writing these things down. But why? Why? And ask that question why all of the time. It's the best question you can ever ask. Why? Why should I do that? Why is it so important? Why is that going to be helpful? Why? Why? Yeah. So why is gratitude so important? I'll tell you. And there are some brilliant scientific reasons why. It's not just because it sounds good. And, you must be really grateful for what you have. Not at all. Well, I mean, you should, but why? Gratitude is love. Okay, and there's a reason why love is so important. Not because it sounds like candy floss and feels like lovely fluffy candy floss. Not just that. Love is really, really important because love as an energy, love as a frequency, because we are only but a bunch of atoms, vibrating at a particular frequency. Love as a frequency is the highest form, is a higher form than fear. Fear is very low residing, love is very high, and gratitude, would you believe, is the highest frequency of love that one can be on. So, you've got two of the highest frequencies of love, and they are passion and they are gratitude. Did you know that gratitude is there in your February challenge, but it will give you the ability to resonate super duper high? So, gratitude is what? Gratitude is my ability to be grateful for something, but not just, oh, I'm really, really grateful for the air that I breathe, because if I didn't breathe it, then I would die. Not that kind of gratitude, okay? Did you feel that? No. Did that affect my frequency? No, not at all. Did it raise it? No. Am I really, really grateful for the air I breathe? Well, I am, but not really. Okay, so see, gratitude in terms of the gratitude that will affect you, the gratitude that you want to be able to have and to write down and to be a part of is the gratitude that genuinely moves you. What am I really grateful for? Don't tell me I'm grateful for my thumbs, because if I don't have them, I realize I have the stuff I can't pick up. No, be grateful for your thumbs, but do you feel it? Do you feel it? No. If you don't feel it, then don't write it down. Write down something that really, really, really matters to you. Are you utterly grateful for your kids? Well, if you are, write it down. Are you utterly grateful for the roof over your head? If you really feel it, that's the gratitude. Yeah, I really am grateful for the roof over my head. Are you? Well, then write it down. If you're not, don't. Really, gratitude is actually about the stuff that matters to you the most. I remember somebody telling me, actually, one of my clients, who was like, my mum would be the first person that would say, oh, be grateful for, the food you have on your plate, because think of the starving millions. Well, yeah, all right. Honestly, that's a really fair point, because there are starving millions and we are really lucky to have that food on our plate. But do you feel it? Do you feel like, oh, I'm so grateful for the food on my plate because I could be starving? If you don't feel it, it's okay, but find something to be grateful about that you do feel. Because that's where the key, the golden key to the effect of gratitude and the effect on you will come in, is when you actually feel it. If you don't feel it, don't say it, don't write it. Sarah, thank you. My overthinking keeps me awake. It does. I tell you what, overthinking is keeping many people awake at the moment. I know, because I see many, many clients every week. I see many, many clients every month, and I have been for, a long time. And one of the things at the moment, the common things coming up is people's inability to be able to go to sleep, insomnia, or just this horrible, horrible overthinking that, is leaving people exhausted physically, exhausted, but just unable to be able to fall asleep. And it's our inability to slow everything down. By having the ability to slow it down, what I'm able to do now is stop it. And by having the ability to stop thinking, I mean, what's the difference between thinking and overthinking? Tell me. How do you know when you've crossed the line? See, it's a good question, isn't it? I am full of those. If you see me every other week, you'll see that. Full of some amazing questions. So, how do I know when I'm overthinking? Well, I'm overthinking when I can't stop thinking. That becomes overthinking. Okay? If you can't stop doing something, if you no longer have the power to influence it, well, then it's happening too much, isn't it? And that's what you want to start asking yourself. Do I have the power to stop thinking when I want to? Like now, if I said, right, stop thinking right now, I've got no thoughts in there. What's happening to you? Are you able to be present? Are you able to be here right now? No. See, look, you guys are having a conversation about what's happening to you in overthinking. I'm going over the same stuff. What stuff? I want you to write it down in your journal, because these are the things that playing a part in you not being able to achieve the things you want to. Because if you can't sleep at night, then you're exhausted. And if you're exhausted, how are you going to get up for like a 6:30 or a 7 o'clock um, class that you've got booked in? You're going to be knackered. And then if you do that class, you'll still be miserable afterwards because you've got a whole day of stuff that you've got to do. So this overthinking is actually ruining the rest of your day. And now we can see, right? If I don't have power over it, if I don't have influence over it, then I tell you what, I want to start to work on that. So journaling and gratitude. What can I be grateful for? Well, I tell you what, already I'm super duper, yeah, and crabby, thank you. I'm already super duper grateful for the fact that I'm not overthinking, because look at all of this. It looks like quite a few of us outside there are overthinking. I'm not. So I'm really, really grateful for that, because I know the impact that it can have. People see me every week telling me how exhausted they are, telling me how crabby, how agitated, how frustrated they are. So come on, ladies, let's take back our power, because we can. It's really not that difficult. It just takes practice. Okay? And it takes you being genuine. And it takes you putting you first. And you have to. Why? Because if you're okay, then I'll tell you what, everybody you love will be okay, because you're okay. So don't put them first. Put you first. Not from a narcissistic, not from an arrogant, not from a selfish place, but actually from a loving place. If I'm okay, then everyone I love will be okay. That's the key. Gratitude. Now, gratitude releases oxytocin and raises your serotonin levels. They are hormones. Now, we have plenty of hormones, and hormones are what will make us or break us. If I have low serotonin, I will feel miserable. If I have low oxytocin, I will feel unloved. I will feel like I don't belong. Even if I am loved, I will still feel unloved. Yeah, how awful must that be? To know that I am loved, but I feel so unloved. Now, if you really want to tap into that and you want to feel loved and you want to feel like, yeah, happy, elated, content. Why? Because all those feelings will give me the ability to achieve whatever I want. If I want to feel those things, then gratitude, being sincerely, genuinely grateful for something, will raise those hormones, the level of oxytocin and the level of serotonin. Oxytocin is the love hormone. If you have a look at Kristen Neff's work, which I talk about all the time, if you have a look at Kristen Neff's work, I know, Sarah, look at me, right? I am in your head, and I can tell you what it is that you need, and it's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of slowing down. Yeah, but if you look at Kristen Neff's work about self-compassion, she harps on and on about oxytocin. Okay, and oxytocin is, honestly, it's the feel good, it's the loving hormone that will make you feel like you are on top of the world. It will give you the confidence, and it will make you feel strong, and it will make you feel brave. So go and get some, boost it up. And the way that we do it is, one, physical touch, lots of before watershed type of touching. Okay, before the 9 p.m. watershed touching, lots and lots of touching, touching that's genuine. What it does is it releases oxytocin, and when it releases oxytocin, you feel loved. When you feel loved, you are now brave, you are now strong, you are now unstoppable. And that's what you want, isn't it? To be flipping unstoppable. Well, go and do it. Physical touch, before the watershed, physical touch on your own, nothing absurd or untoward, child friendly physical touch. And yeah, positive gratitude. Gratitude that is genuine. Gratitude that means something to you. Gratitude that gives you the ability to genuinely go, you know what? It could have been worse. And you know what? I'm really, really grateful for that. And that's what you want in your journal. Not just that, you won't get 2 points if that's not in your journal. And you want those 2 points, don't you? Because you want to win. Gratitude gives your body the ability to know that it can do something. And I'm not saying that because it sounds good. It really does. It affects the whole of your body. Now, let's talk about positive affirmations. Okay, well, Actually, let me tell you three things I'm grateful for. Okay. And these are three things that matter the most to me. One, I am grateful for my dogs. Okay. I've got two dogs. They are the most beautiful, beautiful little things in the whole world. One is a cocker. She's just a little brown cocker. She's a dwarf. She's actually not as big and tall as all the other cockers. She's like this little miniature cocker. She's not purposefully miniature. She just ended up being that way, the poor thing. But she's got these lovely front ears that are long, and she's just, oh, she's adorable. And when I'm having a really hard day or a really crappy day, I tell you what, when she licks me with her stinky breath, um, and her just and her saliva that goes everywhere, as much as I get like, ugh, I am like, wow. I feel my little one, yeah, my little Yazz is like, oh my God, Hannah, my baby little cocker, is my best friend. And I'm so grateful for her that it's unbelievable. Yeah. And Bella. Bella is big. Bella is my other half's favorite. But what I'm really, really grateful for with Bella is that every morning when we go out to the beach for a walk, she runs around and I can see how happy she is. And that makes me so happy. And she's the reason that I go out in the morning at like bloody, I wake up at 6:30, out at 7 for my beach walk. She's the reason that I do it. And so I'm so grateful for Bella because it's Bella that I take. I don't take Hannah because Hannah's not been snipped, and so you've got the male dogs that are there that, like, starts to get a bit difficult. Bella, on the other hand, has been, and she's a big dog and she runs around and it's just lovely. So I'm grateful for my dogs. I'm grateful for my parents, actually, and I'm grateful for my parents at the moment because they're helping me out with stuff. And in COVID times, to have that support is unbelievable. So thank you, mum and dad. I love you, not only for giving birth to me, but just being there at the moment, and supporting me and making me feel like it's okay. So grateful for them. And the other one I'm grateful for is where I live. Um, I live in Turkey on the coast in front of the mountains. Who can not be, right? Who can not be grateful? And I am every day. I've been here 6 years. Every time I leave the house and every time I have the Taurus Mountains looking at me, I'm like, wow, like I must have done something really good somewhere. I don't know. I'm just so lucky. I feel really, really blessed and really, really grateful. So those are my three gratitudes. Honestly, it just, oh, every time I look at those mountains and every time I look at that water and every time I look at my babies, and every time I think of my parents, lately I am just genuinely, genuinely over the moon with gratitude. You see, there is genuine gratitude. I really, really feel it. And I know why. I am sincerely grateful for those things. Tomorrow, I might not be grateful for those things. I might be grateful for something else. So again, say the things that matter to you the most. That's where the real help will kick in. Okay, that's where it will work. If you start doing things, gratitude for things that you don't really mean and you're not grateful for, it won't work. Okay? Now, positive affirmations. Somebody who taught me, who is one of our teachers and tutors, we do, Belinda. I have to agree with you. We need to meet the dogs. It's a big fab thing. I love dogs as well. God, I love dogs. I love dogs. I love dogs. They are just beautiful, and egoless, which is why I love dogs. They have no egos, and I tell you what, that's difficult to find in a world that's really quite fearful at the moment, is to be around things that have no egos. They are unconditional love. It is, Sarah. Thank you. Turkey is beautiful. Honestly, there are loads of other beautiful places out there. Don't get me wrong. I want to go to South America. I'd love to go and see, different parts of the world. But at the moment where I am, it is gorgeous, and I'm very, very grateful. So, but remember, if I can do it, anyone can do it. If I can get here, and I got here through literally psychology, working on my feelings, and then figuring out that I am the genius that I'd always wished I was. Yeah, I am that brave. I am that strong. I didn't do it because, I thought I was just so amazing. No, I worked on it. Okay. And it's really important that we do this for ourselves because you know what? You're worthy. And you know what? You deserve it. We all do. So let's do it. And your ab fab February challenge is going to get you there. So, positive affirmations. Listen, positive affirmations, the first thing you've got to take into account is, and this is what somebody, like I was saying, over a decade ago taught me this, and I'll never forget her words. She was just the most amazing teacher I think I've ever had. And she, quite rightly, highlighted to all of us, the little group that were learning, she highlighted that positive affirmations are great, but you must not discount the dog poo. And this is her words. I'm not making it up, really. You must not discount the dog poo. Now, what is dog poo? Dog poo is not just dog poo, but it is something that's really, really crap, right? Literally. Um, when it comes to positive affirmations, we mustn't discount the fact that something is crap. So let me give you an example because hypothetically it doesn't make sense. Now, I don't know. I've stubbed my big toe and it's killing me and it's got a big fat bruise on it. And every time I walk and every time I move, it hurts. Yeah. Especially when I'm doing my kind of exercises and stuff, it kills me. Now, positive affirmation. Well, at least you've got a foot. Imagine you didn't even have a big toe, or imagine you didn't have a foot, or imagine if you had a broken ankle or a sprained ankle. Imagine how difficult that would have been. Let me be grateful for, and let me have positive affirmations about the fact that I'm so lucky I have a toe, and my feet. And imagine that those are the things that I'm really happy for, and I'm going to be positively affirming the fact that I am so strong and I am so brave and that I've got a stubbed toe, but that's fine. It's not a really good example, actually, but you know, off the cuff, this is what happens, right? Positive affirmations don't always take into account that something is crap. So if I look at that dog poo and I say, it's not dog poo, it's a cake. Let's call it a cake. Let's put icing sugar on it. Let's put some cream on it. Let's put some, I don't know, a 99 flake on it, and then call it a cake. So now it's not dog poo anymore, it's cake. Positive affirmation. I'm going to be grateful. Look at that cake. Oh, isn't that so lovely? What do I do then if I think that that's a cake? I'm going to eat it. And I really mustn't, because it can't be any good for me, can it? I know it's got icing sugar on it, but underneath it is dog poo. So what we have to understand with gratitude and positive affirmations is that we mustn't discount the fact that if it is dog poo, I must call it dog poo. It's dog poo. Yeah, I'm not going to dress it up. I'm not going to put hundreds of thousands on it. I'm not going to put a flake in it and go, oh, it's okay because it's cake. It's not a cake. It's dog poo. And tell you what, that dog poo, I mustn't eat. Okay? What can I do though? The fact that it's dog poo and that it's not elephant poo, because if it was elephant poo, it would be much bigger and it would be in the way. And if I had to clean it up, heaven forbid, I don't know how I'd do that. The fact that it's not elephant poo is something I can be grateful for. Yeah, it is something I can go, well, actually, it could have been elephant poo. And I tell you what, I'm glad it's not. Now, because it's dog poo, what can I do? Do I have the resources to pick it up and get rid of it? Yes or no? I'm not going to blame why the dog poo is there. I'm just going to go, it's dog poo. If I have the resources, great. If I don't, what do? I can walk around it. I can step over it. Yes, I could. Are other people going to be coming down this way? Are they going to be walking through it? What impact is it going to have on me if someone else walks through it? Do I want to move it because if I forget that it's there, I end up stepping in it? What do I want to do? You see, when I look at an experience or a situation from this place, I can actually work with it. When I just dress up lots of positive affirmations around it, or if I just try to be grateful for something or another, what I might do is discount the fact that it is dog poo in the first place. So with positive affirmations, the first thing I want to do is be able to call it what it is, whatever this experience is. Okay, which if it's got dog poo in it, it's got dog poo in it. It's okay. It's okay to have dog poo in it. Now, why are positive affirmations so important? Well, number one, because just like the experience I gave you before, they lift up your hormones. Okay, they raise your serotonin, which makes you naturally feel happier, and they raise your oxytocin levels, which makes you feel more loved. And when you feel more loved and when you feel happier, your body behaves like it, and so you naturally become stronger and you naturally feel more confident. Now, there is an exercise, and I used to do this a lot when I was doing group therapy, actually, when I was in London about 8 years ago. I don't remember what the exercise is called, but it's got a name. Now, what you do is you lift up your arm like this. Can you all see it? Yeah, I think you can. You lift up your arm like that, okay? And you get someone in the room to push this arm down and see how much resistance is there. So you just stand there, they push the arm down, you see how much resistance is there, right? Now, you do that, and then you repeat 8 times a statement. Let's repeat the statement, I am a weak and vulnerable woman. You repeat it 8 times. I am a weak and vulnerable woman. 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 I don't believe it, but I'm going to say it. I'm a weak and vulnerable woman. I am a weak and vulnerable woman. I don't believe it. I am a weak and vulnerable woman. I am a weak and vulnerable woman. Now, if you put your arm back out and that same person pushes it down, what you will notice is it gets pushed down a lot easier. You have less strength in it, literally. Yeah, so your body is reacting to that statement. I didn't even believe it, but my body's still reacting to that statement. Okay, now you can't leave me like this, so let's just turn it on its head. 8 times I repeat the statement: I am a strong and tenacious woman. I am a strong and tenacious woman. I don't even need to believe it. It's okay. Just say it. I am a strong and tenacious woman. 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 I am a flipping strong and tenacious woman. I am so strong and I am so tenacious. Watch my arm. And now my arm won't be anywhere near floppy. I won't be able to move it. Now, try this exercise, okay? Try it with someone in your home. Put the arm out, get them to do it. Don't even tell them anything, okay? And you will see the impact saying something 8 times has on your body. It actually affects every atom and every cell and every molecule within you. This is why positive affirmations can be extremely helpful. As long as you're not discounting the dog poo, yeah? And as long as it's genuine and it matters to you, yeah? So, I will give you an example of my positive affirmations. They are, I'm currently in the middle of doing, I'm setting up an online academy actually to teach stuff like this, but to be able to do it in a methodical way. So my positive affirmation is, Yaz, you're a genius, and anything anyone else can do, you can do. And so your course is going to be flipping amazing. You are going to be bloody amazing, and everyone's going to love you. That's positive affirmation number 1. I can say that 8 times, and I tell you what, my body will believe it. I'm working later on and I'll be doing loads of stuff on my course, so I just need to repeat that 8 times. My positive affirmation number 2 is, Yaz, although your nose is big, obviously I don't want to add that in my positive affirmation, but although your nose is big, the rest of your face is in proportion with the rest of your head. And you know what? That means that when you do a video later on for your website, it's going to be great. And that's my positive affirmation number 2. I just need to repeat it 8 times and I will believe it. And then we've got positive affirmation number 3, which is, Yaz, you will be a millionaire and you will open up millions of charities and you will do all these amazing things that you want to do in no time at all. And I'm just going to repeat that 8 times. And that's my positive affirmations. Okay? What are yours? Say things that mean something to you. Say things that matter. And you know what? Write them down. Do your journaling. I promise you, ladies, that when you can not only put this time, make this time for yourself, but also do these particular activities, they will be helpful to you. I know they sound, like things that we just kind of get told that we need to do, but when you do them from the place and the understanding and the awareness of how helpful they can be, as long as they're done in an effective way, I tell you what, you'll love them for what they are. And journaling can be really helpful. Not only are you going to get 2 points, not only are you going to win the AbFab challenge with the other stuff that you're going to do. I think it was drinking water and doing your classes, your activities. I can't remember all of the stuff that was in it, but you've got some bits in there. But also make sure you do the journaling. I think that you've got to read out your positive affirmations every day, and then you'll get your bonus points. So good luck to you all. I wish you nothing but success. If you say it 8 times, you will win anyway. So just say it 8 times. Go off and do your journaling. Go off and do your gratitude. Go off and do your positive affirmations. And I promise you, ladies, you'll be nothing but successful in your own right. You are worth it. You are strong. You have everything you need to achieve what you want. So you know what? Go and get it. Thank you very much for taking time on your Sunday to be here. Thank you very much for making me feel like I am loved with all your comments and all your participation. I appreciate that greatly. I look forward to seeing you all in 2 weeks' time. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, everyone. I'll speak to you later, guys. Bye.